All right, we're going to go ahead and get started here. If you need the recording of it, we got it on our end and be happy to send that to you. So Congresswoman's just going to give you a brief update of what's going on, and we'll answer a few questions. And if you need anything else, feel free to follow up with me. You have my email. So Congresswoman Mariannette.
Well, thank you all very much for inquiring about our safety here at the Capitol. This is a sad day for all of us. We're trying to do the work and the business of the people and answer very important constitutional questions. Thank you for inquiring whether myself and my staff are safe. We are safe. We are sheltering in place. And, you know, our message to people would be that just like the social unrest over the summer, I'm strongly in support of the constitutional right to protest, and protesting should be peaceful.
Respondent Hallie, you know,
should not be breaching buildings or storming the Capitol. It is, you know, very frightening. People need to be safe in their workplaces, and it's been a frightening thing for members, but people are remaining calm. The Capitol Police have done an outstanding job, and we would strongly encourage people to disperse and to peacefully protest in another part of the Capitol or the Capitol grounds.
With that, we'll open it up to questions.
Congresswoman, this is Erin Moynihan with KCCI. Thank you so much for taking time. Wondering if you could just kind of describe the mood there, what's happening, what you're feeling, what you're seeing. Were you on the floor when all this kind of unfolded?
I was on the floor, and we were going through the debate on the objection to the electors from Arizona. You know, it was very noisy. There was a lot of chatter. And other than that, I'm not going to describe. I think there are events going on, as you see on other news channels, but certainly people are concerned. You know, that people are, you know, they're angry, they're frustrated, they're disappointed. All of that's understandable, as we saw social unrest over the summer. But there are proper ways to do that and proper ways to protest. So it's certainly frightening for members. Large crowds and large groups can be very frightening and unsettling, but people here are safe. The Capitol Police have done a tremendous job in ensuring that people are safe. And I think it's incumbent on all of us to, you know, to ask people to disperse, to leave the Capitol grounds, and, you know, to let us get back to the business of trying to resolve these very important constitutional issues.
Congresswoman, we've heard what we're seeing today qualified as anarchy, as domestic terrorism. How do you qualify what we're seeing today at the Capitol?
Well, I certainly think that when large groups of people become unruly and they, you know, destroy buildings, they violate security, that all of us are concerned whether these activities would constitute anarchy. But again, I would just say that I strongly favor, you know, I was in the military, I served our country, I swore an oath to the Constitution, and with that is a constitutional right to assemble and to peacefully protest. I support people peacefully protesting now, just as I did over the summer, but it should be done in a peaceful fashion. A peaceful fashion. People can be, you know, engaged, they can be passionate, but it should not rise to the level of destroying property.
hold on one second.
Representative, this is Stephen Gruber-Miller with the Des Moines Register. Does the president need to do more to, you know, as you said, tell people to go home, have things remain calm, and does he bear any responsibility for, you know, getting people, you know, upset about this outcome?
Well, I certainly think that that it is incumbent upon the president and even the vice president to ask people to disperse, to leave the Capitol grounds, to you know, to decry and denounce any violent activities that are going on the Capitol grounds. And you know, over the summer they did similar things. But yes, I think it's incumbent upon the president and the vice president to do so. My understanding is that they have recently sent out messages to that effect, and I certainly would encourage them to continue to do that and to do more so that people leave the Capitol grounds and continue to protest, continue to, you know, make their disappointment and their concerns and their concerns about, our liberties and our Constitution and our form of government. There is a way to do that. It is accorded to them in the Constitution, and it should be done in a peaceful fashion. And I cannot emphasize that enough. And I think to have those same messages come from our Vice President and President would certainly be encouraged. And I would strongly encourage them and recommend that they do so.
Representative, this is Travis Breeze with KWWL. How do you think, when you guys do resume, how is the mood going to change? Or do you expect people to be civil in the Congress chambers? How do you think this is going to play out when the session does resume?
I think, this afternoon, when we began this afternoon, it was very civil on both sides, both parties. It was a very civil engagement. I think the mood is going to be very somber. I think many of us see this as a sad day in our democracy. So I think that the mood will be somber. But again, I would strongly encourage people to protest. I understand their frustration. I understand their anger, just as I did over the summer, but there are ways to do that. And it also protects those liberties of all of us going forward. This is a great country. We have a great republic and a great democracy, and we want to maintain that for not only 2021 and this year, but for generations to come.
All right, we have time for one more question.
Actually, Brian Taddick with This is Brian Taddick with KCRG. I was wondering, after everything unfolded, where did they take you? Have you personally reached out?
I'm sorry, I lost you. Have I personally reached out to who?
Hey, Austin, if he can't take it, we'd like the last question.
Yeah, Zach, take the last question here.
This is Zach Smith with the Iowa City Press-Citizen. The president said that he will, quote, never concede that the peaceful transfer of power is, quote, the country being destroyed. You've supported the president up until this point. Do you continue to support the president in this last chapter of his presidency?
I think I issued a statement yesterday on to certify the electors on the basis of what I believe is constitutional principles, both in Article 1, Section 2, both in Amendment 12, both in the Electoral College Act of 1887. And I will continue to support that the electors should be certified, and that would install Vice President Joe Biden or President-elect Joe Biden as our president on January 20th. And again, would encourage both the president and the vice president to come out, condemn any violence, ask people to peacefully protest, and to disperse from the Capitol grounds so the business of the people can take place.
All right, thank you guys for jumping on here. For those who jumped on late, I will just shoot me an email at austin.harris@mail.house.gov, and I will be happy to send you a recording of this presser. So thank you for jumping on. Have a great day.
Thank you all.
Thank you.